Alright, today I'm gonna show everybody how to make my prize winning lasagna. It's prize winning to me. You know, I know everybody make their food different, so I'm tell y'all it is. People come from all the way across town whenever I say I made my lasagna so they can get us some. So you can try my recipe if it, let me know if you like it. If you don't, then make it your own way. Then you can tweak lasagna recipe, put them on in there. I don't care, but I'm finna show you how I like mine. Alright? So first I'm gonna show y'all what I'm doing today. Hold on, let me get my pan, because right now I'm finna make a real big old pan of lasagna. So if you got a lot of kids or you're trying to feed a lot of people, you need to make it like this. If you can cut it in half though, if it's just a few of y'all. Hold on. This joint right here, a big pan like this. This is over say 19 by 9, 16 by 11, 5, 8. It don't gotta be the same exact size or the same exact pan or nothing. You know, like one of them big old dressing pans or something you trying to feed a whole bunch of people with. This is what you want to make if you're trying to feed a whole lot of. This probably gonna feed at least about 20, 25 people. I'm doing this for the church, so this side dish from this year. I hope it lasts. If not, they should have been on time. But I got this little extra joint. I'm gonna use this to mix up my cheese, but when you mix up your cheese, you can just use a big old bowl. I'm just using this because I be trying to have some extra meat and noodles left over to make more, you know, a little pan on the side, because this don't go quick. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Hold on. For that kind of pan, I told you I'm using 2 packs of this ground chuck right here. I use ground beef too, but I'm telling y'all something. I use 2 packs of 2 packs of, okay, I got my noodles boiling. Them joints getting soft. I like my joints always soft. Then when them joints get through boiling, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them out this water and I'm gonna put them in a little bowl or a big bowl, pan, whatever I can fit them in, with some cold water and let them sit there till I'm ready to layer my lasagna up. I'm gonna show y'all when I get to it. Okay, this is the ingredients to make my 5-star lasagna the way I make it. But like I said, you can add any ingredients. You know what you like and what you like to taste. Or you can try it my way, taste it. And then the next time you make it, you can sit up there and do whatever you want to do with it. Add you some sauces or whatever. I don't be wanting out it in mine. I like the taste that this stuff right here give me mine. So listen, I got 2 packs of this ground chuck. It's 2 pounds in both, so that's 4 pounds. Probably a little bit over. That's cool. The more the merrier. I got 2 packs of Kraft Mexican, Italian, and Mozzarella cheese. So that's gonna be 16 ounces for what I'm doing with this big pan. I'm doing a big church-sized pan like you do when you making a cookout on Thanksgiving for the big family. And these my seasonings I'm gonna be putting in there. I got Morton Season Salt, Season All. I got some garlic powder, some chili powder, some black pepper, some onion powder, a little bit of butter, but we only need a little bit just to glaze our pan when we get to layer our lasagna up. I got me a sweet onion and a green onion. You can use a yellow onion, but I like the sweet onion. I put a little bit of sugar in my sauce to just give it a little taste, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So these your ingredients. Make sure you get Kraft cheese, because all the rest of that cheese is gonna make your lasagna suck. I don't care how fancy it sounds. I done tried all different kind of stuff. You need these brands, you know what I'm saying, in your seasoning sauce. Don't go get no Lords. Get some Morton, baby. Quit playing guys like that. Now these little jumps right here, it really don't be mattering anything like to me about what kind of onion powder and black pepper and all that you use, even though I do like McCormick with my chili powder, because they stuff be perfect. Well, other than that, it might don't taste the same, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Also, this is the most important ingredient to the sauce. Get the Prego Traditional, not Ragu, Prego. This is important with your sauce if you want to make this recipe. So I'm gonna run this one more time because I had left my sauce off the video. This right here sauce say 6 to 7 ounces. I'm gonna be honest, you know them little jars, the small jars, I think they be about 8 ounces, something like that. I ain't sure. It might be about 16. You might want to grab one of them to go along with it. Or your salt, it ain't gonna be enough. So you don't really need 2 of these big giant jars, but you're gonna need that in a little one. I got both on. But I ain't put it on my little first clip. So boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. Boom, 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 boom. If you don't remember nothing else, make sure you use Prego Traditional, Kraft Italian cheese, Mexican and Mozzarella, green onions, yellow or sweet onions, and this Morton. Everything else, I don't care if you change the brand on it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can use ground beef instead of ground chuck. But like I said, ground beef ain't been looking so good to me lately. I don't know what's up with it, but I'm using ground chuck now. Alright, so let's get to it. Let's get on with the rest of it. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, I got my green onions. The next thing we're gonna chop these babies down. I'm gonna just show y'all how I chop mine. So you're gonna chop your green onions just a little bit over pieces. I just kind of hold my joints together, kind of even them out at the tip like this. And then I just start cutting. Like I kind of get you a little knife that's some ridges on it. It make this a little easier. If you know an easier way to chop your stuff, just do you know what I'm saying? This what I'm on right here though. It working for me. It be getting my joint, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of acting like them cuts. Slicing a little bit off at a time, you know what I'm saying? Getting my little onions chopped up like that. You know, if you got one of them food processors, I'm gonna get me one of them joints so I get me enough counter space to put them on, you feel? Right now, I'm trying to work what I got. You gotta work what you got. Then God will bless you with some more stuff. You know, but right now, this what I got, this little space right here. So I'm gonna show y'all how to work with y'all little space. Y'all might have y'all big space. You spread it out if you got plenty of space, cause baby, anybody who like to cook know that space is just love it. So I got all that. You know what I'm saying? You don't be needing a whole lot even for a big pot. I don't really get that. I just try to get much as the dark green and a little bit of the light green. And I just, boom, bam, we getting ready. We got our noodles already boiling. They about ready to go in they cold water. So now we're gonna do this. Boom. We're gonna chop up our onion. Make sure when you buy any kind of produce items, you rinse them out real good. You can soak them in some cold water or just rinse them for a minute, about 2 minutes in some cold water under the sink. Cause you don't know who's been touching nothing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you rinse that stuff off, and make sure you keep your hands clean while you're cooking every time you touch something. But this stuff going not just in other people's body, going in your body. I got my onion and everything. I'm gonna rinse that joint out too, and I'm gonna cut the onions out for it. Even though with onions, you pretty much peel the peel off, so most people don't even bother with rinsing them jokers out. I'm gonna grab another plate just so I can have a little more space, man. I was finna use one plate, but I got enough for two. We're gonna go with two. Alright, so get the onion, get that part off. You kind of just making it a little flat. And then when you do that, it'll just, peel your outer layer off. I don't throw this junk away right here. And like I said, if you know you already got something, you can throw your whole onion and chop it up, do you? I don't need no speech. I actually got one, but I ain't got enough space on my counter, and I don't feel like going through my cabinets and all my closets to pull out stuff right now. I'm just trying to get these good church people some lasagna for their dinner tonight, you feel me? So I decided, well, I'm gonna start doing my little videos and whatever. So just, I cook whatever I feel like cooking, then I, do a video while I'm doing it instead of trying to prepare for a video. I just do the videos that's up next, cause that's what I got going today, you feel me? I ain't got time for all that. Yeah, y'all seen this just try to shoot out of there. You gotta, take your time a little bit. I think I'm a professional, I be trying to roll. You see how I had sliced that joint, and then went the other way, and now it just kind of gave me a lot of little pieces. I still be doing this number right here. Let's chop that whole piece up best you can. careful, don't cut your finger. We ain't got time for that. Get them babies how they cook, baby. I ain't got time for all this. He's gonna get it, trust me. It's gonna look worse than that when you chew it. But when you taste it, you ain't gonna be talking about, is this onion shaped the same? Nobody ever did that. And if you do, something ain't right about you. Don't be screaming no one. Lottie-dottie. We like the party, we don't cause trouble, and we don't bother nobody. Boom, boom, boom. So now I got me some onions. Now this right here, I got 1 onion and 1 pack of green onions and chopped them up, and that's enough for 4-5 pounds of ground beef. So we're gonna put onion powder in there and all our other stuff to give it our other flavor, but you don't need no whole lot of onions and stuff in there. Okay, I took my noodles out of my boiling pot and I just pulled them. This is just a little pot that I was finna cook my ground beef in, but I changed my mind. I wanted to use my big giant pot so I can go and cook some extra ground beef so I can have some left over for my own personal family lasagna. But like I said, I'm doing a big old pot for the church, but I already know there's not gonna be no leftovers. If you wanna run, the reason I'm running this cold water like this, I'm taking the heat out of it. Once you get your lasagna noodles soft like you want them, you want to put cold water and just leave them in a bowl of cold water because they kind of freeze the noodles in place right there. If you just leave them sitting in some hot water, they going to keep getting softer and turn mushy while you ain't on your ground beef to cook or whatever. While you finish layering up your stuff, your noodles will just be sitting there getting mushy. So you want to freeze it in the cold water until you put your finger in this water and it feels cold. You want to let the water run over your noodles like that. And then you're going to just let it sit there until you get ready to layer your lasagna up, just like this. You can use any bowl, whatever. I just had a pot empty, didn't even convenient, so I threw it in there and did that. And I went on through all 3 packs of my ground beef. Like I said, for the big pan, you just going to need 2 packs, that's 4 pounds. Or you can just buy one of the big 5 pounds things and have the leftover. But I got 6 because it's going to make extra for me to have my own little pan. I'm sad. So I got my ground beef in the pot. I'm just gonna dump all my green onions in there. Boom, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. We're gonna knock all that in there too. I'm trying to hold it with my phone and then do this because I ain't got no cameraman, y'all. Let y'all see what I'm doing right now. You never know. Maybe one day somebody I want to film by man. Dump it in there, dump it in there, oh, dump it in there. Alright. Yeah, with my seasoning, I do not measure my seasoning. I just, depending on how much meat I got, I just do like this. And I spread it even all the way across the top and all the way like this always works no matter what I'm doing. Just a even, when you see it look like it's even across the top of the meat, then you know it's enough to cover all of the meat. So boom. That's my Mortons. Then we're going to put some black pepper in that thing. Same way we did. Even little sprinkles. You got to just look at your meat and pay attention to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Catch my drift. See how it looking. Just across the top. When we stirred it, we ain't pulling that no more. You're going to have some salty stuff. Alright, we got garlic powder. All the way across the top. Real good. Where you can see it floating on the top. If you can't see it, ain't enough. In a minute, you're going to start sneezing, and you're going to know for sure it's seasoned. I ain't going to get that onion powder. I had to move a little bit, y'all. That joke was, I had to stretch that onion powder across the top. Let's get it a little white there. Boom, 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 boom. It's starting to look like a hot mess, right? Yeah, but it ain't going to taste, man. I ain't going. And last but certainly not least, McCormick. McCormick. Look, once you get it, I put the garlic powder on last because I like to turn it from white to brown. Once I get the whole junk across the top of my meat, like I said, whatever, how much ever you making, when you do it like this, it make your meat be seasoned perfect. Cause I don't measure. Maybe one day I will, but I ain't trying to sell you no cookbook. I'm trying to show you how I make my lasagna. You feel? So boom, then I get me one of these. Woo! They go to seed. It's seasoned. Now you see what I'm saying? Stir, stir, stir. You gotta get it all the way down to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Flip it. Get all that season, all them onions mixed up real good. Real good. Alright, once you get that junk all the way stirred up, it gonna look like a big, ugly pile of mush like that. You know, like kind of like a meatloaf or something in your pot. Just let the pot do its thizzle, man. You see that little bubble coming through. You know what this is. Let me show y'all in a minute. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, my lasagna meat about ready. You can see the color of it. Like, once it get right here, I put me some more chili powder in there. You want to keep putting chili powder in there when you get to this level. This the only thing you're going to keep adding a little more to right here until it starts kind of looking like the color of some spaghetti or something. You know, once it get a little red, brown, you know, looking color, kind of like taco meat. Then you know you got enough chili powder in that thing for what I'm talking about, baby. Because trust me, it's the most important ingredient in this junk is that chili powder. Please get McCormick, baby. Please get McCormick. Starting to see that little red in there. We're gonna put a little bit more because see, it ain't this red right there. So that's how I know I need some more chili powder in that junk. Boo, 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 boo. Get red, baby. You want it almost the color like the stuff that's coming out this bottle. Alright, that looks straight. I do a little bit at a time, you know what I'm saying? But you kind of need a lot of chili powder because that's your flavor. You want it all through the meat. It's going to be all in your sauce and all on your tongue. All in your taste bud and all in your memory because you're going to still think about it next week. Want some more. Alright. Okay, now I got my ground beef all ready and pretty looking. I'm finna strain all this nasty fat out of it. I got a little strainer, so I might have to do a little bit at a time. Check me out. Good, it could've went in you. Ain't no way, boy, ain't no way. Alright, take the time and slow. Hold it on in the strainer, because we letting all that run on down the sink. My strainer kind of little. Give me a big one right now. I'm gonna put that big joker. Hurry up, here, put that little joker. Alright. I'm getting it in there though. We want all that. All that fat from the ground, chuck and all that, it's just getting up out of there. But we keeping our flavors and our seasoning and all that in the meat. So we getting rid of everything we don't want our body to have to get rid of in the process. The more that you can get out, the better, because it's easier to digest. You know, bad enough when you already eating greasy food, so you do the best to clean and get all that up out of there you can. I take my little spatula thing. You can use any kind of, a big spoon, whatever you got. I like using these for a lot of stuff. I even stir them, cooking my eggs and everything with them. See, I'm just pressing it down at the bottom of her. It's not, you know what I'm saying? You see when I press down, see all that come out? So that's why I'm pressing it, getting all the extra. I don't just let it run. I press it down too to get what's packed up. When it squeezed together, you get some more. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn my hot water in the sink on so it can run this grease on down. Then I cut the garbage disposal on and clear it up so my sink don't get clogged up and nothing. But if you run hot water, and then when you get through, I put a little of that Dawn dish detergent. So, you know, so my sink won't get clogged up when I put, anytime I, drain grease out of my meat. And I ain't in the water to get on my food, just on the side, just running, napping it out a little bit. Take your time, we ain't in no rush. When you see it getting coming out, you can lift your bowl up a little bit and you'll see it running. I'm gonna switch this so y'all can see what I'm saying. See how long it been enough, but every time I do that, we still got some more coming out. Yeah, get all that up out of there. This shit out. This all the stuff your body ain't gonna have to deal with. So you got just some good meat there. And we're gonna put it back in the pot now and add our Prego to it, and then I'm gonna show y'all how I season it, and then we're gonna get ready to layer that baby up. Okay, we dumped the meat back in our big pot. Now we got the meat in the pot. We're gonna get our big thing of Prego and pour it in there with it. We put it back in the pot because we heating up our sauce and our meat together. And we're gonna let it simmer, so the flavor from the meat can get in the sauce. Alright. So after I put my big one in, I stir it up. Switch hands, I'm right-handed. And you can look at your meat and your sauce once you get to stirring and tell if you're gonna need some more extra. You want it to be wet and juicy. If it look kind of dry, it's definitely gonna look dry once you bake it and it starts sitting and some of the juices soak up in the noodles and all that. So why some people lasagna be dry as hell. And you was trying to cut corners when it came to the sauce part. See what I'm saying? This don't look like, it might look juicy to you, but it don't look red enough. So this one I'm gonna come in there. Put some more. I got a little bottle too. Y'all here and get it. This one right here, 45 ounce. I got a 45 ounce jar. But that's because I end up using 6 pounds now. I would have just probably needed this one if I hadn't added that other pack of ground beef. So if you're just doing 2 packs for 4 pounds, you just straight to that big one. But if you're going to add some more, add them out, you bet. We want it to look kind of like soup. Trust me, trust the process. We're going to stir, stir, stir. I'm going to stop stirring for a minute. Okay, now we got our sauce. We turn our stove down, put your burner on low, simmer. And now we're gonna add a little more chili powder because now we add some to the sauce to make it turn a little brown looking. I done used all this. Let me get my bag up. So it's safe to say, if you cooking with 2 packs of lasagna, you're gonna use pretty much this whole size powder. So get you 2 of them if you're making more than that at least. So if you run out, you don't want your stuff to be short. Trust me, all these flavors, when they mix in with the noodles and cheese, is how I get the taste that I get. And I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to find some lasagna that's hit. This lasagna right here is hit. Or bust, what they say, bust! Alright, we're gonna stir it up real good. We're gonna add a little bit of sugar to it. Now, I don't do no lot of sugar. You're gonna take your little sugar, sprinkle it over there lightly across the top, same way we be doing the seasoning. And that all to get it. Now, once I get through stirring all my stuff in, I do go and taste it and make sure it got, you know what I'm saying, it got long. You don't want to over season it, but you definitely don't want to under season it either. So to my sauce, I add a little more garlic powder. Pretty much just a little bit of everything I put in my meat, but not so much because the Prego sauce I already seasoned it pretty good. That's onion powder. So that's a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of more onion powder, some chili powder. And then I'm gonna put a little more seasoning salt because that's what Prego, they don't put no kind of salt in their seasoning. So, you know, salt make tomatoes pop, right? So I put a little bit more of my seasoning salt, sprinkle across the top of my meat like that. And then I'm gonna stir this up. This actually should be perfect taste. But when I taste it, if I feel like it don't taste rich and seasoned real good enough, like I really could eat this by itself without the cheese and the noodles, then I tweak it a little bit. But like I said, you should, you know, taste it and see, hey, how does this taste to me? If it tastes like something missing, like a little salt or something, add some more. Add some more. I'm gonna go ahead and put me a little more black pepper in there too. Just a little bit. It might look like a lot when I sprinkle it on there, but this is a big pot of meat, y'all. So there's a little bit for this pot side. Okay, now we got down to the last final part. We got our big pot of meat already. We got the noodles still soaking in the cold water, so they froze in place like I said at the beginning. And then I got my cheese. I put half of my cheese in one of these big Ziploc bags and stuff. I was gonna put it in my pan, but I'm gonna use it to put my little lasagna that I'm making for me, my personal pan. So I'm just using these gallon-sized Ziploc bags. I just put half of my cheese in one and half of my cheese in the other one because it's a lot. Altogether, I use 8 packs. I use 4 of the Mexican, 2 of the Italian, and 2 of the mozzarella. So I put a mozzarella and 2 Mexicans and 1 Italian in each one. Boom, boom. Just so they can be even mixed like it's a cheese blend. When you put them in your zip, dump your cheese in there, you can just go on like that until it get mixed up. But make sure you got this sealed good, because boy, I did that. Started shaking and that cheese started flying out there all over my floor. I had to sweep. Alright. So just move it around, boom, boom. Alright, now, I got me a little piece of butter. We don't need that much for what I'm finna do. I just butter my pan up because it's like it make it easier when you get ready to scoop your lasagna out. And that butter, some people use oil for this a pan, but I actually like that little butter taste to kind of soak in my noodles and give it a flavory touch. So I just do like this. Take my butter and just do the pan like this. Whole joint. Okay. So boom, now we got our pan straight. And we just start taking our lasagna noodles. Spread them jumps out like that and just start from whichever end you want to. And line them babies up like this. I always use the best one. Some of your noodles might get broke up a little bit. Do that. Take the time and pull them apart like that. I mean, we get to use them little other pieces when they break too. I'm gonna show you to fill in your little spots. Something like that, little piece on there or whatever. I just take it out. Put it to the side. I might need later, I might don't. Okay. You want to kind of overlap them a little bit like that. You don't want them to be like this. You want them to overlap like not halfway, but a little over where the whole base of your flow covered on your lasagna. I know y'all need some more room, but it's all good. I'm getting through it. Alright. So when I see it look like that, I just kind of even them out a little bit. So one piece won't be having plenty thick noodle taste on it where the other one won't. Just kind of make it even as you can get it. Then right here we're gonna hit these just this way. Hit it that way. And we're gonna hit it like that. So baby got the whole flow full, right? Boom, me and my paper towel. When I put my hand in this cheese, baby, I don't want my hands wet. But it just make it even more cheese sticking down to your hand and yucking. You know, it's still a little, we cooking. Alright, so I just grab like a little handful of cheese out of one of my bags. And I'm sprinkling it, just like a little bit at a time, too, because you don't want it thick. I'm gonna show you why. We ain't trying to cover it like it's the top of the lasagna, man. We just trying to put some layers in between the meat. Alright. So that's cool right there, right? Now we're gonna start putting our meat in there. However you want to do it. Sometimes I pour it in there, but this pot is too big for me to be trying to lift. I ain't gonna play like that. I'm gonna just do it like this. I just put some spoonfuls in different spots and then spread them out. It's cool. Don't fuck for a little bit. You just kind of flatten it out and let it do what it does. Playing with. I be trying not to like mix my cheese in there. I'm trying to leave it there, so I just add and spread a little bit like that, Let it do what it does. So we got our butter, we got a layer of noodles, and we got a layer of meat. And now we're gonna sprinkle on some more cheese. You see how good my other pan do? Look, this big old pan might take out of here. You don't see though, because if I can get me some area, that's how it go though. You like, alright. It's all good. I ain't gonna short nobody trying to stretch it out if I don't have enough to make me no whole extra pan. I don't care. Now this way I ain't gotta be too thick either. I'm just doing it like this right now so I can spread it out. If you have some clumps, you do them like that. Spread that baby out and flatten it. Kind of trying to even little sprinkle where it cover it, but not too thick where it's like it's the top layer. The top layer we make it thick. So now we put noodles again. So you butter your pan, you put noodles, you put meat. Now you put noodles, you put cheese, meat, cheese. Like cheese gonna go between every layer because it kind of helps them bind together. Now on this end, I started with that end with the long one, so to even it out, I'm gonna start on this end on my other layer. It's just 2 layers of these noodles. This the second layer. So we got our bottom layer of our lasagna, locked and loaded. Get a little grip on them, they noodles. Stay straight. Like I said, keeping them in that cold water help this part a lot. Because if not, it'd be so terrible. You see, they kind of firm enough, but they soft. This gonna go down like that. I need a whole jump for this. I'm trying to cover my whole little baby. I don't have plenty of noodles left over, but I ain't got. Let me see what's up with my meat and cheese. It's all good though, because I go get some more and do what I do. I'm going to get a little taste of this, I know. But I don't expect it to be no leftovers. I'll be surprised if it do. Can't seen it so far. Unless, it's just me and my kids and my dudes. All that is just before us. This will last us for about 2 days. Because everybody gonna keep feeling it until it's gone. I'm trying to lay it flat, but I already know when that lay flat is gonna be straight. So cool. Some more cheese. with some more meat. Same thing we did on that layer. This time we coming hard with it. Like I said, I know I really want to have here another little pan because I put this is 6 pounds of ground beef in this pan. And my average big pan normally take 4 or 5 pounds. So I know I was cutting it close just using 6 pounds, and then I want me another pan. But I'm gonna take even a little pan of this extra on the side just so I can have some later. And I won't be leaving there people hoping they don't eat all of this. The good news is, we live to make another one, in Jesus' name. This right here is a good way to make everybody in your house smile. Well, you know, in neighborhood, if you're doing it big, show her one of these pans, they'll love you feel. Maybe. At least that day. What I'm doing, I'm making my top layer. I don't want to see the noodles through it now. You want some meat? This way it takes us to see all this food, meat and cheese and noodles. Man, a little bit of piece of this will get you food. You try to eat a big hunk of this, your stomach gonna be so stretched out. Like that. You see how this meat? This a whole meal for a lot of people. And it got everything you need in it, so you don't really need nothing to go with it. You're gonna be probably ready to go to sleep after you do eat it. So eat it for the bed. Okay. And now I'm just put a little more because I see a little noodle right there. It's seeing straight though. And you can spread it out and you don't see no noodle shining through. It's okay there. And you know the edge, we ain't tripping on that. But you know, in the middle, we want them some tough. And the knife gonna cut through all that. Alright, and last final step of layering this baby up is the top layer of cheese, of course. You guessed it. Cheese, 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 please. Let's see, I do the whole bag of this. This one I'm making look like I was sure. I'm gonna have me a bacon lasagna on the side, looking like. But I still got some meat in this pot. But we ain't gonna spread no expenses on this top layer. Okay? Make it rain on. Big clumps, they be harder to melt. You want to kind of spread it out even, but this top layer, we want it thick. And we want that lasagna. I don't know what they doing. I don't mind. Look at this. Man, quit playing, man. I done set up there. I got a couple more plastic cheese in there, though, because I keep me some shredded cheese, because I'm a taco fan. I mean, not like nachos a lot. So I always have I bought this cheese specifically for this dinner I'm preparing for the good church people, and I hope they enjoy this. And since I was in it, I was gonna go and treat myself too. And though I am gonna sit there and have some of this week now. I'll get hanging on it. So they on. I already know me, that's all I'm saying. Alright now. We got that baby all laid up. You wanna put our oven on to 350? So that's how we gonna melt all this together in one scrumptious lump of gooey deliciousness. Now, I ain't tell y'all this, but when I get through layering my stuff up, I give me a little basil leaves and sprinkle it on top. But this would make it look fancy, like I know what I'm doing. Yeah. You just something about putting this in top with your cheese. People assume you know what you're doing. So then I do this. Cause it ain't got a little flavor. Yeah. To the cheese at the top only. Once it get like, you know what I'm saying, I kind of just sprinkle it and look at it about eye, and I can imagine that cheese all melting, and that just looking strong. So we gonna go with it. I got my oven ready. Don't do that if your oven already hot. Enough. Like swimwear. That probably gonna take about 15-20 minutes. I just watch them when the cheese on the top look melted, it's ready. Okay? So we'll be back when I show y'all we came up on. Okay. Alright. I have no fruit, this just my extra I had left, so I was laying these out while I waiting on my cheese to melt. These are the cheese I got left, so I know that ain't gonna cover, so I'm just gonna sit this to the side and put the lemon foil on it. And go get me a couple more packs of cheese and put it on top of my lasagna, baby. You heard? And this the junk that I've been working on. We all done. And take it big and that joker hot. So I'm gonna let it cool down. Alright, it's 220 right now. I'm supposed to take this to the church at 4:30. So it'll be good and room temperature for me to transport it. I'm put it in my wagon and take it up there. I got me a top. When you first come out the oven, I ain't put my top on there right now because it's plastic. This joker gonna melt. So you put some aluminum foil on it if you want, so just to cover it up. So there's no flies, nothing, something. You know how that is. You don't want nothing to get on it. Cover it up. Let it cool down. Bon appetit.